Hi, my name is Christine, and I'm here to share my story about how I lost my dad at a very young age, the lessons I learned, and how also along the way I learned to build faith, hope, and resilience. I was barely 14 years old when my dad had surgery from hernia, and he came back home and he was never the same. I saw as a young girl the life and the vigor going out of my dad each day. Growing up, I was a daddy's girl, like most girls. My dad was very active. He was very involved in the life of his children in my life. And he was the dad that's always present, the one that's always cheering you on, giving you good advice, and leading by example. So I recall having this dream about my dad and him passing on. I had that dream twice and I shared with my mom, and my mom told me not to be afraid and she reassured me. So the third time I had that dream, I did not share with anyone. It was bottled up all inside me and I was scared. One thing I do remember growing up also is that my dad was a man of prayer. He will wake up in the early AMs and he will pray for the president. He will pray for the government. He will pray for the neighbors. He will pray for co-workers. He will pray for the sheep and the goats. And I'm not kidding. He was just someone who loved to pray. And I remember back then, all we wanted to do was to have a good sleep. And him waking up in the AMs, early AMs praying was like he was not letting us sleep. But now that I'm older, it's something that I really appreciate, and it's a legacy that I have chosen to carry on in my life. Wherever I am, regardless of the time zone, something, my body clocks, not just my body clock, but I believe is a spirit of God that wakes me up to pray. And that's something I really treasure. So it was one Saturday morning. July the 7th. I'll never forget that. When I woke up in the early AMs, about 5 a.m., and went to my dad's room, and I was there and I witnessed him dying with a smile. I've always wondered what he saw. Why would he die with a smile? In retrospect, for me, that was the day I stopped being afraid of dying because I saw my dad die with a smile. Growing up was tough, growing up without an earthly father, but I'm also grateful for those who along the way God used to play several roles that helped to give me some stability in life. But my mom became both the not just the mother but also the father. She was strong, she was hardworking, and I do appreciate that. And I have an older sister who also stepped up. So one of the lessons I learned early about my from my dad is the lesson of faith. My dad wasn't just a positive minded person. He was always encouraging people, always having that hope that tomorrow will be a better day. And one of the things that has helped me growing up is to want to make him proud. Even now, as an adult, when I want to make decisions, one of the things that guide me is, will my dad be proud of me? And of course, my heavenly father now is God. The day my father died, also in retrospect, that was the day God became my father. And I just want to please him. I know my dad is in a better place, and I know that what happened, though it was painful, I couldn't cry for over a year. And that was the time I began to write things down. My gift of writing was stirred up in my time of pain and grief when I couldn't express it to anyone else. But the thing is, at the end of the day, we all have a choice to decide how we want our lives to be. And I decided early on that regardless of all these obstacles and the challenges I may have in life, that I was going to work hard. And if people are working hard, I will work harder. If people going one step, I will go the extra mile. And that has been what has guided me through my life, and never to give up, never to give up, to have faith in God, who has all the power and who loves me, to keep guiding me through life. Life comes with twists and turns, uh, but there's one who loves us, and there's one who keeps us, and there's one who gives us hope, even when we go to bed losing all hope. There's one who wakes us up in the morning to give us a fresh start, a new hope for a better day. And that is something that has really helped me through the years. And it has also given me empathy, because when I see people, especially kids, who have lost their dad at a very young age, or who don't have a father figure, or who don't have parents, I just want to reach out to them and wrap my arm around them with compassion and empathy that God has put in my heart. So I just want to encourage someone out there today that losing a dad at a very young age is tough, but at the same time, it shapes you to become someone who is resilient, someone who uh, is willing to work hard to overcome whatever challenges. And at the end of the day, God's love will never leave us, because He will send people our way who will help us, who will help us to be the people He wants us to be. It's not over, and it's not the end of the world. I still miss my dad as an adult, but I also know that I have come a long way. This is a story about how I lost my dad, and the lessons I learned, and the decisions I've made to live my life, and to be someone who other people can depend on, to be someone who shares um, all that I've learned, and also someone who is there for people who are going through stuff.